Hello, this is Gray Hughes again. I'm doing a video today on the video quality and comparing when Kenneka's uncle was walking in the halls to when Kenneka was walking in the halls, the exact same shots, and proving that the clarity is exactly the same on both of them. Okay, there's no difference. I know people want there to be some sort of editing going on, but that's just not the case. I'm also going to be showing what one of the people on Straight Drops Live last night on YouTube, he was telling everybody that, oh, you can see more information in the lower level kitchen, you know, and he wasn't referring to items in the scene. He was talking about you could see more stuff out to the right and left and how that just doesn't make sense. And I said, yeah, that doesn't make sense, and I'll show you that that just isn't true, and that's what I'll be doing in this video as well. Okay, so let's just get started on it. So here we go. I'm going to play. What I did here was I found where the uncle was in a similar spot as Kenneka, and we'll just play it at real speed, them walking. And you'll notice that the lighting and everything's exactly the same. You know, the shadows, everything. But she walks more jerky and quick movements when she does, but the clarity and everything is exactly the same. All right, and you can see his face clearly. He's walking right in the middle of the hall, and that's where all the lights are. So right there, his face is pretty clear, right in like that frame right there. Okay, now let's go to Kenneka. When she finally starts walking past the surveillance camera right here, right there, it's starting to get clear, and then there's like one frame that's right there that's pretty clear with no motion blur. Okay, the truth is there's no editing whatsoever in this footage. Okay, now when you watch him walk, he's walking smoothly, so he has less distortion. Okay, she makes jerky moves, and with 15 frames a second, you're going to get, you know, what's called ghosting in between frames. Okay. All right. Now I'm taking this footage too in the lower level bathroom area. He had the uncle had already walked this way and around this way, and then this guy said something to him, and then he turns around and goes this way. But I'm comparing this walk to Kenneka's walk when she first entered this area. Now, keep in mind that the time is 3:29 here, and on the 9th, and on the 10th at 5:06 a.m. was when the uncle was in there, which is about 25.5 hours after Kenneka was right here. Okay, so let's play that. And as you can see, again, they are both exactly the same clarity. She's even a little bit more clear than he is because he is on all black. All right, now he takes a left and he walks all the way around and goes into the lower level kitchen east, they call it. All right, so there goes Kenneka, and now this is prior to when he walked that way. I'm just going to show you this because now he's matching what she's doing again, walking this direction. All right, so he walks by that guy says something to him, but notice how they're just as clear. She just has her head down, all right, and then you can see right there, oh, he was told something, and then he goes, oh, dang it, oh, shoot, then walks the other direction. Okay, but he ends up going into the lower level kitchen. Okay, now Kenneka's just intoxicated and quickly jolting back and forth, and, you know, you can barely see her face right at that end part when she finally got into some light, right there. It's mildly clear, but still blurry. Yeah, and then he turns around and he walks around and heads over to the lower level kitchen. Okay, now I did the same thing here. Both times when they walk in, he walks smooth and quicker, and Kenneka's sort of stumbling and staggering slowly. But see how he walks by? But again, same clarity, same shadows, everything works. Okay, let's look at that again. Watch the shadows, the reflection even on the floor. You know, works perfectly, matches his. Everything's clear there. Now, what I'm doing, this is going to prove again that this date and this date have the exact same frame. It hasn't moved at all, the surveillance camera. You can even look down here. Look at the tiles. See the line right there and that line? They're exactly the same. Everything's the same. The only thing is that trash cans were added and so forth, and I'm going to show you exactly where, you know, you can actually look for yourself. Go back and forth on the video. I'm going to overlay them. So I'm putting on the time the uncle went in, 25 and a half hours later. I'm going to put him on top of the footage when Kenneka went in. And then you're going to see it fade in and out, okay, because I'm changing the opacity of his. And now you can see this is what it looked like when Kenneka was in there, okay? See this little rolling table here? Had the blue stuff on the top. You'll notice that a pink piece of paper is added here, another one there, an apron's hanging there, this towel's gone, things like that. I mean, you can do your own comparison, okay? But that's totally natural, right? It's 25 and a half hours later. There was workers in there. People are moving around. Oh, yeah, and this table here was added. Okay, it's not there when Kenneka. This is when Kenneka was in there. And if you notice, though, when the person put this apron up here, the guy in the blue hoodie, he still was there, just kind of cloaking himself, hidden. Okay, just kind of hidden there. It's amazing. That guy is a real Houdini. I'll tell you that right now. All right. So again, you can just take a look at this. These are the differences. That's when Kenneka was in there. And that's 25 and a half hours later. Things look different, but this table here is in exactly the same spot. Hasn't moved whatsoever. This piece of paper, I guess, it was moved down a little bit. Probably someone took it out and then put it back in. Why would they do that, Gray? Why would somebody take that paper out, Gray? Can you explain that, Gray? Mr. Hughes, can you explain that? That's the kind of questions I get, things like that. It's like, no, I can't. What I'll try to do, though, is call the hotel, ask who was working in there, and try to figure out who might have moved that sheet of paper. I'm sure it's absolutely nefarious. Okay, so now let's look at some of this footage again. Now let's zoom in, just like all these YouTubers do, and let's see what it looks like when you zoom in, even on the uncle. All right, so here comes the uncle, walks by the guy who says, hey, you're going the wrong way. Look at that. His face is missing. Can you believe that? This has to be edited now. It can't just be that it's pixelated because of low quality and poor lighting. It has to be edited. Look at that. Now watch this. You'll even see, oh, look at that. This straight line there. That means they just pasted his face on there, everybody. Oh, my God. There's a reason they needed to do this to the uncle. They wanted to prove that he was in there walking around filming the route that Kenneka took. You know, there's no reason why they would want to do that, but wow, look at that. Unbelievable. Now, look, as I'm zoomed in. You got to zoom in, everybody. That's the only way to do this. Now, look at that. He has no face whatsoever because right now they're just going to pretend that his face is in a shadow, and then they're going to paste a face on here in a second. Okay, right there. See that? They pasted a face on here. But, oh, my God, right there, that looks like that could almost be, look at that, an alien. You see the pointed eye right there, the relatively large cranium. Unbelievable. Now, right there, I mean, that doesn't even look like a human being, to be honest with you. Now, look at this. This is the scariest part. Now, look at this left hand here. That's his thumb, right? Now, look how long that thumb got right there. Now, look at this. Right when he moves the thumb past his shirt, you can still see through the shirt, and there's his thumb actually in the air. Mr. Hughes? Mr. Hughes, explain that to everybody. Yeah, well, it's called pixelation and motion blur. That's the only time he really moves quick is when he spins, and you get 15 frames a second, and that's exactly the kind of crap you get when you do that. So you cannot zoom in and start claiming you see things, all right? That does not work, all right? It's actually getting really tiresome, to be honest with you. People keep saying the same damn thing. Now, let's do it again. He's walking in the lower level west hallway. All right, now look at that. He has no face whatsoever right there. You see that? Look at that. None. Then the crafty editors said, okay, look at that. Oh, my God. That looks like almost like a Klingon on the original Star Trek episodes. Well, not the original, but the second series, you know, with Captain Picard. All right. Now, okay, they're slowly letting his face come into view. Oh, and then the editor forgot right now, and they took his face off again. Oh, and look at this. Look at that right there. He has no eye, just a shiny, straight forehead that leads to a nose. Can you believe this stuff, everybody? These editors are just crazy. Oh, there he is. Oh, it couldn't be that now that he's in the light, you can get more detail on his face. I know that can't be possible. Okay, now notice on the edges of his body how there's sort of like this pixelation. That's exactly what happens. Now look over here. Don't even look at the guy. Look how things shift around, even on that table, like right in this area. See that? There's just pixel shifts. That's the kind of crap you get. You get that even on the humans, but when you watch it from a distance, those things kind of smooth out and your eye doesn't see it. And if you look at it frame by frame, like look at this. What's this black stuff right here? What's that black stuff right there, everybody? Look at that. It's not there. It just kind of disappeared. Look at oh, it's gone. That has to be something. Or could it just be that there's just pixelation? Okay, because that's exactly what it is. All right. Now let's do the same thing with Kenneka walking in the same area. Okay, and you'll see that she's just as blurry, but she might be more blurry at times because of how quickly she's moving and jerky. All right, now, you know, like people say right there, you see that there? God, there's this extra stuff right here. Listen, that's what you get with moving objects in poorly pixelated, or, you know, in pixelated video from poor lighting. All right, now right there, this is her hair that's going to swing out. You see that right there? That's what that was. And she's walking, and right there, you see this little stuff? That's just pixelation. You can see it down by your feet too. You can see it over here if you want to look. A lot of people don't care to look at other things. They just want to look at what they want to believe. But look right there. You see how there's pixelation? Well, that just went away. How'd that just go away right there? How did that go away? Look at that. There was an object sitting there on the counter. This is how they try to explain it. Look at that. There was an object on the counter right there. You know, some kind of glass thing. Now look at right when she's walking by. Oh my God. It just disappeared. Actually, what happened was she was walking by and then they placed it there. Did you see that? That little glass object right there? Oh my God, everybody. This has got to be editing. All right, and then here she comes. She's walking out, and there she is. Her face is now into some light, and you can see it clear. And about right there is about as clear as you're going to get on this particular clip. Okay? But I just don't see anything, everybody. I don't see any manipulation. I know that you want it to be that, but I know what I'm looking at here. I'm telling you the truth. There's zero video manipulation in these surveillance footage. This is what it looks like. Look how poor the lighting is in general in this image. It's really dark. You guys remember this one, right? Absolutely dark. Okay? So that's all I got for you on this one. But I hope that you can now see that it's very consistent. He's blurry too if you zoom in. Okay? And it just doesn't work. If you're trying to prove that something was edited and you zoom in on pixelated video already and then claim that the actual pixelation from poor video means that it was edited, then you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay? And I guess, I don't know, I'm really frustrated when I listen to people try to say that, and they act like I'm blind because I can't see what they're seeing. And the thing is I see what they're seeing, but they are interpreting it wrong. Okay? And that happens all the time. And I hope that at some point, you know, some of these viewers on YouTube will wake up and smell the coffee. So until next time, be well.